everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back with another brand new video. Today's video we are here to celebrate and react to Rangers 4, Hamilton 1, which moves us into the next round of the Scottish Cup. But as always, before we actually break this game down, a quick little shout out to the channel sponsors and the channel legends themselves, OneFootball, whose link is always down there in the description below. But regarding the actual Rangers game itself, we are once again having to sit here and discuss a Rangers performance which is very up and down. And I know that sounds utterly ridiculous considering the fact we came away with a 4-1 win, and trust me, I'm absolutely delighted, and that's the bottom line I'm taking from this game. But in these videos, we need to discuss everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in my personal opinion, we saw a wee bit of all of that in today's performance. We saw some good build-up play, we saw some bad defending, and we saw some straight up ugly crossing from Rangers. But enough talking around the game, let's actually just dive in and get to the game recap then, shall we? Because believe it or not, I actually think Rangers started off very, very well, and I can't remember the last time since the winter break that I've said Rangers has started the game off as positively as they did versus Hamilton. I think that was perfectly echoed by the first major chance that was created down that left-hand side. Fantastic cross from Ryan Kent. Sort of roasting the defender because he was faking that he was going to move into the box, and it sort of just moved the defender all the way back enough that Ryan Kent was able to have enough space to cross it into the box, and it's a fantastic delivery. Hadji reads it perfectly, but unfortunately headers it just wide. But the start right there from Rangers, it's something we've been asking for since we came back. And that bright positive start from Rangers was rewarded with a goal in the first 25 minutes of the game, and I can't remember the last time I was able to say that, but it was through a penalty kick, which I don't think anyone is actually complaining about. It looked 100% Stonewaller. Maybe I'm wrong, you guys can let me know down in the comments section below. But Morelos was filled in the box, and I originally thought he was going to be the one to pick the ball up and step up and take the penalty kick himself. However, he didn't take it. The returning captain Tavernier didn't take it. Hadji, I started then getting excited because he's a penalty specialist. Look at his penalty record. He's going to step up and take it. Wasn't it him? It was Scotty Arfield. Now everyone already knows how much I love Scotty Arfield, apart from his volleys and half volleys, but when he put that ball down, I actually remember saying he wouldn't be my first choice to take a penalty kick, and after he took it, that was confirmed. It's actually a very good save by the Hamilton goalkeeper, but unfortunately palms it back into the direction of Arfield, who's there to step up and tap it into the empty net and give us a wee salute alongside Mr. Hadji and Alfredo Morelos. That right there, that needs to be everywhere. But glorious celebration to one side. We actually continue to up the pressure and up the ante on this Hamilton defence, actually kind of opening them up with a lot of ease, and that's a lot down to Hadji and Ryan Kent's movement, coming into deep, swapping positions, especially Hadji. I thought he was absolutely outstanding once again. It was actually him that created the next opportunity with the ball at his feet, defender sprinting right at him. He has the composure and the calmness to just slip a ball right in between three defenders to put Alfredo Morelos through on goal. Morelos has so much time, he actually stops, waits for the goalkeeper to come out, who spreads himself brilliantly, and then just fires straight at him. I know Alfredo Morelos will be very, very disappointed with that, because I'm sure a lot of us were, because it looked as if he had so much time just to open the body up and curl it away, or even a wee dink, as we like to say on this channel. But Alfredo Morelos actually waits till the goalkeeper comes right at him, then he just punts it right at him, again showing that rust that he's not quite back at his best just yet. But it wasn't all just Rangers in this game of football. Hamilton actually created a big chance on their own through Smith, who forced Alan McGregor into a very, very good save as well. But stop me if you've heard this one before, right? Rangers in the lead of a game of football with chances to kill it dead, but then they take their chances and get caught by some horrific defending. Oh man, I can laugh now, but I wasn't laughing when I seen it. It was a simple long ball to Okampo, who we discussed in yesterday's video. I picked this lad out because of what he can do, thriving off that long ball, and Jesus, the defending was horrific. First Barisic makes a whiff at the ball, and then Edmondson, who originally done terribly with his tracking of the man and stepping up, allowing him to be onside and all that as well. He was all over the place with that one, but it's a good pass from Okampo into Smith, who missed that chance earlier on in the game, and it's actually a very, very clever from Smith to make it 1-1. And once again, a goal conceded from Rangers seems to shock them a little bit. It just slows everything right back down. The positive momentum that we were building in the game just died on its arse, ladies and gentlemen. Hamilton then started to pile people forward. Okampo and Miller, the two substitutes, just started going after the defence, and they almost took the lead after Barisic again just has a swing and a miss at a ball. Miller is sprinted through on goal, very Cosgrove-esque. Just last week when Katic made a mistake on the halfway line, it was identical, but this time Kamara was running and matched the guy's pace, who we know is a pace merchant. He just bursts right in the middle and makes a vital slide challenge to keep it at 1-1. But even during this stage, when a lot of us became passive and sideways passing, the one man who continually wanted the ball at his feet and who wanted to continually pass the ball forward was Hadji again, and he actually creates the next opportunity with a fantastic little touch pass over the defender into Alfredo Morelos, who has got a defender. This one isn't like an easy chance or anything like that, but it is a chance for Alfredo Morelos. He's got a defender right on him, the ball is there, and he unfortunately rattles his volley sky high. Now, as you may be able to tell, it's gone back and forth now every single time. It's looking dangerous either way, and Hamilton are showing that they are more than up for this cup game for Rangers. And the next big talking point happens in the first half, where it looked like Connor Goldson gave a clear handball, and I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, he does give a clear handball. It's a great cross into the box. It's in a dangerous place. Connor Goldson is trying to give like a scooping header just to clear it out for a corner, but in going down that way, his actual arm connects with the football, and it's a handball inside the box, but the referee says no penalty. Now, with what I'm about to say, I know for a fact a lot of people is going to disagree with me in the comments, but again, that is why the comment section is there, for us to have this discussion. But to me, that is a stonewall penalty kick for Hamilton, and we got away with that. There is one thing I do want to comment on though, because I know there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, referees helping Rangers, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. They're all airline jumping all over this, and I find it absolutely hilarious and very rich, considering it's coming from a fan base who benefited from a referee call versus Hamilton just 7 days ago. The player that went on to win a foul to get them back into that game shouldn't have been on the park after a stamp, and I think it's absolutely hilarious that they're not sharing videos of that. That was a wee bit of a different thing there. They buried that to one side, but they're happy to trot out and say the referees are helping Rangers versus Hamilton. Okay, lads. But moving away from that anyway, we go into half-time 1-1, and you're thinking to yourself, right, we got away with a couple of wee things there in that game, but still, we're so frustrated about us not being able to take our chances. Now, the second half was nowhere near as good as it was versus Hibs, in my opinion, at least not until the last 15-20 minutes of the second half, but it was good enough to actually take the lead once again, and it came from a moment of magic from the boot of Ryan Kent and Mr. Joe Aribo, who a lot of people has been questioning, and rightly so, but in this game they showed their qualities, and it came from Kent out wide, sprinting and committing defenders, hugging the touchline. That's where we like to see Ryan Kent, because that's where he's dangerous, and you see he's got the quality when he does get a chance to whip the ball into the box, and it's a perfect cross, and the finish is so nonchalant from Joe Aribo. It's probably the most Joe Aribo thing I've ever seen, and he just goes away and celebrates like he does that all the time. Love the guy. Honestly, just oozes class to me, and yes, he wasn't fantastic in the first half, but I felt like the longer the game went on, the more he came alive, and the freer role that he got in the second half, I thought he was absolutely outstanding. And I think after we took the lead, it took the stuffing and the wind out of Hamilton's sails, because they never really created another big chance or anything like that to come back into the game. It was all just Rangers, and that certainly grew as the second half went on. And Mr. Greg Stewart came on with 9 minutes to go. The substitute king, who just seems to do Sahan when he does come on, comes on and does Sahan. Again, he gets the ball down the left, he commits, gets straight into the box. He tries to actually have a shot, but it rebounds off the defender. It goes straight to Alfredo Morelos, who gives a very good header. He gets on the score sheet, and I just couldn't be happier, because that's an assist for Stewart. I'm counting it, and it's a goal for Alfredo, and I think he's badly been needing that goal. You can see the frustration's been building up, given the fact he hasn't scored since he's came back. But I think that goal right there is going to be huge, not only for him, but for us. Because you saw the smile on his face, he was absolutely delighted, as we all were, to be fair. But a happy Alfredo Morelos usually means goals for Rangers, and that is badly needed right now. Speaking of goals though, we did have one other goal in this game of football, and boy, was an absolute screamer. It came for your man, Scotty Arfield. Now, sorry, just 1 second, I need to get the thumbnail. There we are. If you have not seen this goal from Scotty Arfield, please go and find it by any means necessary. It's an absolute screamer from Arfield. The ball gets drifted out from outside the box, and he just runs up, side foots it to the opposite corner. It rattles in and off the bar. I think it hit it 55 times. That's not an exact measurement of how many times it hit it, but it's a guesstimation, lads, and that's what I went with. And I'll be honest with you, when that goal went in, there was two thoughts in my mind. One, what a screamer. And two, thank God that wasn't a volley, because I would be absolutely roasted by you guys in the comments based on what I said in the Hibs game. But with all that being said, now it's over to you guys to let me know your thoughts and opinions about you are doing that. I will jump over to Twitter and hear from the people. Now, the three people that I put up for the man of the match poll was Kamara, Arfield and Hadji. Aribo very, very unlucky to miss out. All of them for me were the best players on the part. There's actually been 2,039 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 3% votes for Ulla, 10% votes for Glenn Kamara, 32% votes for Hadji, but with 55% of the vote is Scotty Arfield. Well done, nation. Well done. Robert is the first one in, and he wrote in, would have to say Arfield for stepping up with the energy and pushing us forward and getting us 2 goals. A good performance. Glad we are through. BF Gaga 992 writes in, Arfield closely followed by Hadji. Pleased to see Arfield and Aribo getting amongst the goals too. Morelos up and running for 2020. We continue to miss a lot of good chances. Yes, we do. Need to be a lot more clinical. Glad we're able to ground out these wins though. Hope BB's injury isn't too serious. The one thing I have heard is that it's a hip flexor, so it's not as serious as like a groin or a hamstring injury, but he has a doubt for Wednesday, so that is a bitter blow, but hopefully we see BB on Wednesday because he's not officially ruled out. Linda Mac writes in, really difficult game and we should just be delighted to get through. Hamilton played well and should have had a penalty, but sometimes you don't get the referee decision from the refs. Yes, we know all about that. Arfield man of the match for his 2 goals and overall performance. Molly Shepherd writes in, Morelos needed that goal. He's been off form and that will lift him up and hopefully the rest of the team. Kamara was much better and it's nice to see Halliday and Stewart come on. However, I love Scotty Arfield. Oh my sweet 55. What a goal. Brian Knott writes in, Arfield for his energy and goals. Hard slog, but it was always going to be difficult on that pitch in those conditions. A good win overall. Exactly, mate. Brody Grant writes in, inconsistent throughout, but all in all, a decent performance. Thought the front three caused problems for when everyone, Hadji, Kent and Morelos, were involved with the ball. Alistair Hardy writes in, Hadji was brilliant first half and so was Kamara, but I actually think we didn't play as well in the second half. Fair enough, mate. We were just more clinical in attack. Next round and on to a tough game in Kelly on Wednesday. El Naranja? And he writes in, tough gig today and not a bad performance. Thankfully, we are through in the cup. Not good enough out of possession. Still not winning enough second balls. Have refs screwed us over so many times. We don't want to risk cards if we get stuck in. Winning ugly though with 4 goals will do. It's a very interesting point there. Rangers Loyal writes in, Arfield, amazing goal of the season contender. He had a magical game today, CJ. And the last one we'll read out comes from Dylan_99 and he writes in, Edmondson was very poor today. It'll be interesting to see if he starts versus Kilmarnock as Gerrard dropped Katic for sloppy display. Very interesting one there as well. Be interested to see what your opinions are in the comments section below. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are through in the cup and we have scored 4 goals. I've had worse Saturdays, ladies and gentlemen. But that's us all done and dusty with today's video. Thank you so much for watching and bye.